of the train.
Hello and welcome to Midland and Engage again. It has been several months since my last update, which had to do with a little accident with me with the bike, with me breaking my kneecap. So I was out of business for almost a half a year. But everything is going the right way again, so I am back into the hobby room, working on Midland in Engage again. Last month we visited, no, it's not last month, it was in August we visited England, and we visited the site of Midland in England itself, in the Peak District. It was really nice. I've seen several things I really want to make on the layout, like the bridges at Midland, the Monsdale Viaduct, with a little bit of twist of myself. Made a lot of pictures of the surroundings, how the rocks are, how the track bed was, the surroundings. So I can now start building on the landscape and make it slight representation of the area. But I also want to add a lot of twists of my own, because, well, it's my layout and it's always nice to make it a bit of your own. I don't want to have it 100% like in real life, so it's not, oh my god, that train is not allowed there because it never run on the layout in the Peak District. Well, that's not a really big issue for mine. I do like to try to make it to the region, but if I like a train I still buy it. But that is just the intro. As you can see on the left already, there is something new which wasn't there on the last time, and I also bought a tripod for my camera, so I can make a little bit of less shaky videos. So we're gonna turn to the left right now. Here we see the lift out section from the last video. It's now fully covered with polystyrene, if I'm saying it correctly in English. And so as there will come over a plaster, I still have to do it, but first time is always a bit scary, so I already have this one in the house to put on it, but it's here already for 2 weeks, so I really need to make a start on it. But everything takes time and you need to think out everything properly now, because when you start making the landscape and planning buildings, you can't change it that easy anymore, especially when everything is already in plaster. So it's a lot of thinking now, where do I want to have that house, where do I want to have a road, where there are coming trees, how will the bridge be. But things are moving on the right tracks now, so let's move a little bit closer, gently. We can look closer. There will be 2 bridges here, one straight bridge in the back with 9 arches. I already have the kit from Ratio for it. I still need to adjust it a bit to the size of the wood, because the bridge is a little bit too small for the thickness of the wood. But I will still place a bridge on it, and then I will place some fencing on the top of the bridge, so it looks like it's in the right shape. Or, well, I think it will look nice when it's done, but that's something for later this year, maybe next year. It's not really high on the list right now, but we'll take a little bit more closer now. Let's put it right here. Here in the front, that will be the representation of the Monsdale Viaduct. In reality it's mostly straight, but well, it's a model railway, so you can't have everything. This here will be a road there for cars or something. I want to make a little cutout in the middle to place a pub or an inn or something like that, something funny. In the middle there will be the river, that's also in the real life there. And on the right it's just slopes of grass going up with a few sheep, trees, just the typical English countryside. Well, then we go a little bit to the right. This you already probably have seen in the last videos, but I'm still showing it you. This will also be adjusted, so the tunnel will end at the bridge, and then there will be a sort kind of paper mache, but then from let me see if I can find the right paper for it. but you can't see it right now, but you will see it on the other side of the layout. It's a little bit like a dark paper, and you put it on top of it, and then when you're done with that, then you put a sort of kind of plaster on top of it, and then you can put trees, grass, and everything on top of it, and it makes a really lightweight, sturdy structure, and it allows me to reach the train from below. So there are no more garden pillows below at the moment, so I can work on this later this year. But we are working on the other side of the layout, but we will come there in a few minutes. Then we go to the right. Here is another project that we will be doing this winter. I'm going to remove the helix in the corner because the Fleischmann tracks are not working properly for the trains. I have derailments every time, so it's kind of getting to my nerves at the moment. So I have decided to remove all the Fleischmann tracks and replace them with the Kato unit track system, which works really well. I already done it in the other helix, and I have no more derailments at the moment, so I'm pretty happy with that. But this is always a big project for a few days, so I'm postponing it every day because I don't like to do it. But there's another option. I can also adjust the small fill yard in the back with the 2 tracks, so that it won't be level anymore, but it will slowly go down. So when the tracks go to the right here, I will remove the helix, and there will be just a curve, and then it will connect to the tracks below the baseboard here. But that's a future project which I'm postponing for now. So now we go to the right. Here we see the mine building, which I believe was already there in the last video. I'm not sure anymore, but there on this side there will be the mine. There was also a mine in reality here, not like this, but there was a mine. We have a mine building. It looks nice, so I'm happy with it. So just put this on a little place here. Let me put down the curtain for the sun because it gets annoying. Here in front of us we have the Scenic modern locomotive depot. It's a nice building. I bought it in England, I believe at Top Trains in Stafford, if I'm correct. But I visited a lot of model shops in England, and well, I spent a lot of money there on new items because it's always nice to buy model trains and other stuff. It was also the main event of the holiday, at least for me. So we go to the right here. We have some on the back. There's wood. There's some laser cut wood. There will be those are servo mounters. I use them for putting the servos below the points. That's also a project for this winter because I already bought the Mega Points control mimic panel controller, so I can now add another 24 points to my collection, and then afterwards I still have to do another 36, but it's expensive, so we just take small steps. So I can now make about, let me think, 12, 24, 36 points electric and fully automatic if I want to, but I still have to build a mini panel, and we will get there in the future. It's already in the boxes in the room, so there's plenty of stuff to do. So now we see the train station. We can take a closer look now. Put the tripod here. I first had the foam boards on as platforms, but I wasn't really happy with it because there was a lot of paper and it doesn't look really nice. So I thought, no, I don't want it. So I decided to go with the Pico platforms, which looks really nice. I wasn't sure if it would look nice, but I'm pretty happy that I did it because I'm really happy with the result. It's not finished yet because I was putting them on and I didn't have enough, but I also have them now in the house, so that's also a project on the list, but we have plenty of time. So you can see the first platform is already done, the second platform is also done, and we're now working on the third platform for the goods yard where the class 9F is. There will be the goods yard, and behind that there will be the station building, and I still need to finish that with the platform edges, and I still have to decide what station building I'm going to use, because I first bought one from Arch Laser and Wood, but I'm not really sure if I want to use that. And last night I was reading in bed in the Faller catalog, and they now can make 3D buildings like how you want it, and they produce it for you. So maybe I'm going to design my own station building and let them produce it for me, so I can place it on the layout here on just how I want it. Here in front we have also a new train I bought in England at Cheltenham Mother Shop, a really nice mother shop, friendly people. It was also one of the highlights of the holiday, also for them, because I spent enough money there. Really nice shop, friendly people, and a really nice train. It runs really well, but yes, it's Graham Ferry, so it usually runs well. We go a little bit further. Let's put the tripod up and go here. Let me give you a few close-ups of the platform edges. It looks really nice. I used the cork between the tracks to raise the platform edges a bit, so it looks more like a British platform than a German platform, which is way too low. You always break your leg when you get out of the train. So, go to the right a bit. There we have the plaster rock faces in the back. Those will be placed on the wall there, because it was also like that in real life. So here with the class 9, there will be the goods yard. It's already on its way here. It will be about 20 centimeters long, with a roof above with a roof here, so the train goes the goods wagons go in, so they can be unloaded there. And then here on the right with the old mini tracks train, there will be the train station, and though that train is also one of my latest additions. It's a bit of an older lady one. It looks nice. It was a really nice price, and I saw it on the Dutch marketplace, and I thought, hey, I want it, so I bought it. Still need to put a decoder in it and give it a clean up so it can run also on the layout. So we go to the right. Here we have again the military bridges, still needs to be worked on. And then we go a little bit more to the right, and then we get the new surprise, because we have started building on the landscape. And here you can also see the, let me remove the stupid chair, like that. Move this aside. So, here we have the crêpe paper from Nog, which you place on top of the wooden sticks. You glue it down with hot glue, and it creates a really firm, lightweight structure where you can put your plaster on or anything you like to create your landscape. Looks a little bit rough right now, but when the plaster is on it and I've done the rock faces and all of that it will look really nice. At least that's what the catalog says. So we go a little bit to the right. We also started with the with some polystyrene on this side also. I've created the tunnel on the left. It is done right now. And in the back we have several rock faces already done, with the two tunnel mouths on the right. One tunnel going on into the branch line, and the big one goes into the first feeder yard. And also done with polystyrene here on the right. It looks a bit funny, but on the top where the wood glue now is, there will be a lift out section where I can lift it out and do maintenance on the points which are behind the polystyrene. I still need to figure out a bit how I want to do it, but it's a hobby. I will find it out. So we will go to the right. We have some more rock faces below at the branch line, and when the plaster is in and the rock mold, it will look really nice, and the rocks will blend into the hillside if everything goes alright. Going a little bit up right now. You see here the section at the back with the hill on the left and the hill on the right, you can lift it out. So when you need to do maintenance on the video which is below the hills, you can lift it out. Let me see if I can show you it a bit. Well, it's a little bit fiddly, but I still need to work on. But you can lift this out and then you can reach the tracks below it. But that is the next project for this week. I want to put plaster on it and put in some handles so I can lift it out much more easily if I need to reach the video, which I hope I don't have to do that much. So let me move the camera a little bit closer to here. You can see the tracks from the branch line station. There will be an island platform in the middle here, and here on this side there will be a small station, and the people can use then a walkway like this to reach the platform. At least that is the idea. And if you can just go a little bit back to the left, we have here the road coming from the factory on the left, and there will be a working crossing here with sound and lights. I already have bought it with another English shop, Rugby Trains in Rugby, of Tony. Oh no, Tony Trains is, yeah. Who the hell is Tony? So we go to the right, and there we have the entrance for the big Helix. Below the rock faces there will be more sculpture mold on top of it and below it, so the rocks looks a bit funny right now, but when the sculpture mold is on it, it will look like one big rock and it will blend in with the landscape if everything goes right. So we go a little bit up top now. You can see here on the right there's a bridge going over the main line, and it moves into the small goods yard behind the hillside. I can move the camera a little bit closer. Move like this, so the cars can go over the road and into the goods yard, or past the goods yard like here, and then they can move up here, make an S-turn and go up over the station, into the small village that will be on top of the removable section. I'm pretty looking forward of making the removable section. It's also a bit scary because it's the first time I will use plaster mold, but if you don't try you never know, and it's better to try first on the polystyrene. If it goes wrong, it's just a few pounds to replace it and make it again and try a second attempt. So I will first put the plaster mold on that, and when that's done I will post another video showing the results, if I'm happy with it, of course. So we go a little bit to the right again. You have the behind the rock, you have another hillside of polystyrene. It's also be removable, not as removable as the left one, but you can remove it so you can reach the points below it if you need to do some maintenance. But I already see now that I have to remake it again because the connections with the hillside on the right is not really nice, so I need to make it again. But I think I need to buy some more polystyrene first before I can do that. But everything is a project, so we do everything in turns, and at the moment I'm pretty happy with the result of everything. So we move a little bit to the right again. Let me move the camera like this. We have a stupid chair here. Let me move it aside. So here we have the Helix hidden below the Scenic section. I left the middle section open. There will be another removable section, so I can place it on top and remove it if necessary, if the train derails, so I have to clean inside. It's not really easy to reach, but you can reach it, and that's the most important thing. Well, I can't make it any better, or I have to really reshape the whole section of this layout, and I really don't want to do this. And I tried it on maximum speed, slow speed, with coaches, pushing, pulling, and everything went okay, so I'm pretty sure it will work fine. And if necessary I can reach it from the top and also from below if I want to break another leg. So that works fine, and I want to, not sure yet really, maybe a castle, or I also want, I had an idea last night, if I also gonna make my own station version, maybe I'm gonna make here an engaged version of Downton Abbey or something similar like that, and I can yeah, you can create Downton Abbey here, well, if the family still exists. So there will be maybe a country house here, or something else, maybe a farm. But I think I'm going for the country house. It's a nice place to live, I think. And you have the cliffs here alongside the tracks, which were also typical on the non-sail trail where we went, where the station is in real life. So there will be some rock mold here, and foliage hanging down, and walls here for the ships. I still need to, if there will be a building, and I still have to plan a road here. So the road will probably come from upstairs or something, because if there's something that I hate is roads on layouts that go nowhere or doesn't make sense. In a way, sometimes you have someone has a building next to the station, then there's a road coming from the left, it goes nowhere, or the curves are way too tight and you can't make the turn with the model bus. So it needs to be correct for me, at least in my way. So, and then we reach again the removable section, and that's the situation for now. Well, what can we say? There's still a lot to do. I have a lot to do. And when there's more news again, we will be back with you. I hope in a very short time, not another 6 months, because well, that was a bit of bad luck. And thank you for watching, and take care. Bye bye.